Hello everyone, welcome to Digito Talks, a talk show conducted by digital marketing club Digitopedia. I am Anupreet, is your host for the day. And now I would like to introduce our guest for the day, Dr. Nachiketh Bhatia, CEO of Dr. Bhatia Medical Institute. He's a Tedx speaker. He also has been featured in Times Under 40 and Forbes 10 Most Innovative CEOs list. Welcome, sir.
Hey guys, how are you?
So,
Thank you so much for having me here.
it's our pleasure, sir. So, sir, we would like to know that how you would define yourself.
So basically, I am a pretty much go-getter guy, and I have seen myself grow from someone who was very, very stupid, to be very frank, to someone who really got skilled. And I am a great believer in skill building. I have one motto which I always tell to all the medicos out there as well, that if you really want, I mean, your degree can always get you your daily bread. But if you really want to achieve those yachts, those fancy cars, that fancy house, you need skills. And only those skills can get you there.
Of
So
course.
I'm a believer. I am a go-getter, and I am hardly afraid. You give me anything in my life, and I believe that I can take up to that challenge, and I can go ahead with that. So I think I'm crossing the line of modesty here. So I think this is the basic sum up.
So, it takes actually a lot of time to get where you are today, and a lot of
I'm, I think it's by God's grace that I get a chance to do this kind of interview. So I'm really honored, and I am still on the very very lower side of things right now. So let's see what the future holds.
So, how did you shift from a medical student to being an entrepreneur?
To be very frank, it was not much of a choice. I run a family, so my father owns this business, right?
Okay.
So at one point of time, when I was in my medical school, my business was pretty much on the down run. Okay, we were on the brink of bankruptcy. So I had to leave my schooling and I had to jump in. And at one point of time, we were generating a loss of like 5 to 6 crore every year. So being a family business, the cash reserve is always very less. So we pretty much sold off everything. And after 2018 and 19, when I realized that the business was on almost on the verge of bankruptcy. So, I thought of launching my own app. So I had this one house which I mortgaged, put everything that I got from that house on the Gurukul. And then, I jumped onto the entrepreneurship wagon. So things went well, and, the things just flourished. So that's the kind of story. So I did not have much of a choice. I just had to go with the flow. That's my
Okay.
story.
That's actually inspiring to hear. We have always heard that everyone needs to experience failure once in life to get somewhere. So, what changes did this journey bring in you?
My belief in skills. Uh, you will be hearing the word skills a lot in my interview, but that's the biggest thing. I joined my business back in 2015, and at that point of time, I was the conventional businessman, only thinking it's that business is just a turnaround of money.
Mhm.
2018 was when I realized that until unless I know what I am doing, I won't be able to, you know, do anything good in that. I will not be able to excel in that. So then I realized that my medical degree just curtails to one part of the business, and that is the academic part. But a
Yes.
business, an entrepreneur, or what do you call a startup, is supposed to be a collection of 100 skills, while the owner, the
Yeah.
founder, the CEO needs to have one master skill. That master skills drives the business, it gets the revenue, and that collection of skills makes you run the business successfully. So I realized that unless I have this complete package, I will not be able to be successful. So then I realized that, for example, digital marketing, I did a couple of digital marketing courses, one offline from a small coaching. Then I went to this thing where, these courses from IAMs. I've done a couple of courses from IIM Raipur. And I realized that this once I got this thing, then I went to my business, understood what was happening, understood what was supposed to be the driving factor, and then I figured out that yes, after this skill, I went to do data analysis, then I went to public speaking, then I went to basic soft skills. All right, and I made every system which we are running in my business currently. So even if you say I have to go ahead and distribute pamphlets on the street, I can do it because I know the skill how to do that. And
Yes,
trust
of
me,
course.
even distributing a pamphlet on the street and making it effective, you need
It
to know a couple of
requires skill.
gimmicks.
Yes,
That yes, you need to know a couple of gimmicks. It's not just you go brainlessly distributing pamphlet everywhere. You need to make every pamphlet count. You need to make sure that you target. Younger people don't read pamphlets. But when you go in an exam center, you go and give it to the dad standing over there. He will read the complete pamphlet, and you stand over there. He will talk to you, and you can
yes,
convert an admission over there just by making sure who to give that pamphlet. That is skill.
yes, of
That
course.
is skill.
Yeah,
So
I've
people
seen.
talk about big
Yes,
things. People talk about big things, this and that. But unless and until they can know the psychology, they understand what skill is required to master the psychology. I don't believe that anything can be successful.
actually, I've also seen on the streets, like outside, even our college, like there will be many institutes, other institutes who want to like give their pamphlets, and people will just take it and then throw them away. And of course, you're
I don't.
telling that it requires a skill, and I can see like it will get us somewhere. So, as a leader, how did you build trust and motivate your team during an adversity?
The first thing that we did during the adversity was that we never ever cut a single penny of our people. All right. Uh, the whole founders, my father, my mother, we reduced our salaries to the bare minimum. Like at one point of time, I was withdrawing just 60,000 from the organization, and we were running our lives for 3 years. We ran a total of 3 lakh rupees for the complete family. Okay,
Okay.
that was the whole thing that we were running. So we maintained we just cut down everything, every luxury, like nothing. All right, we sold off everything, and then we showed our people that since we are coming back to the ground, they can help us. I went and asked help from each and every employee of us.
Okay.
Had it been something that we are running in luxury and cutting their salaries, they would have totally run off because that's normal.
Yes.
We showed them that way. Second, we had a connection with them for like very long. So SNA, that it was all roses, that's everybody supported. People left us also in the middle, but the loyal ones, they stayed. We asked them for a certain time कि अभी हम आपको salary नहीं दे पा रहे, we'll give you in a couple of months. They agreed, but we paid the complete salaries, and
Okay.
that was their biggest help that they could provide me. And third, I invested a lot, even what we are getting, to their upliftment. All right, so we ran special courses for them so that they could learn more. All right, and those kind of small upliftment exercises also help me build the trust in them. Okay, कि कंपनी सिर्फ पैसों के लिए नहीं भाग रही, कंपनी उनके अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए काम कर रही है. So then जब कंपनी को जरूरत पड़ी, they gave it back. So that was the thing.
Actually, it requires a teamwork to get somewhere. आप बिना टीम के कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, what is the role of digital marketing in your business?
I think today digital marketing is like everywhere.
It
Every
is
single thing
everywhere.
is digital marketing only. So, you know, right now, digital marketing is our biggest source of revenue. So I
Okay.
think this is the biggest change I brought in my business because earlier in my conventional sense, the biggest marketing, biggest sales, revenue driven was offline sales. Currently, the biggest thing is digital marketing.
Okay.
We have, you can sit in an office and you can cater to the entire world. So that's the level of exposure digital marketing can give you. Plus, it can help you in social listening. It can help you listen to what your consumer wants to say. It gives your consumer various ways to actually praise you or abuse you. So both
Yes.
the things are there. But it gives you a connect with every consumer in the market. So if digital marketing is not there, I don't believe any business can run right now.
Of course, like with coming technology, we also need to upgrade ourselves to be in the market, as
Absolutely.
because like there are many competitors also present who will have better technology than us. Then if we need to earn more and get where we want to, like you said, basically anyone can earn a bread and butter, but if we want that luxury in life, we need to be updated.
Absolutely.
So according to you, what should one do to build a successful brand?
Number one thing, they should have a clear vision. Until unless they have a clear vision, nothing is possible. Number two, they should have one master skill. That master skill drives in revenue. It is not your degree. It is not your degree. When my father started this business, his master skill was his public speaking. He could get up
Mm.
anywhere, and when my father was the one who started this concept of PG coaching in India. So imagine the struggle he must have when you go somewhere and you tell somebody that तुम्हें पढ़ने की जरूरत है. So आजकल तो it's everything is normal, but imagine at that point of time. So his power was public speaking. He could
Yes.
convince anyone. All right, and even then, after so many teachers came up, but they could only teach. They just had the knowledge, but they could not convert the student. So that was his master skill, which drove in revenue. After that, you need a multiple skill set just to understand how you can grow this business and how you can make this business a stable business,
Yes.
because that is also very important.
Mm.
One of the biggest, I'll tell you here also, and just because every student should know. So one of the biggest mistakes that we went into a downfall was that we could not manage our finances. So our financial literacy part was very low.
Okay.
All right, we could not manage the cash flow, and that actually set off everything. And at the end of the day, every business is just a couple of dominoes. Once one thing falls off, everything starts falling off like that.
Mhm.
All
Yes.
right. So I did not have the skill set to actually stop it down. So if you're thinking of starting a business, clear vision, clear goal, clear idea. All right. How to generate revenue should be clear. What is the agenda of the business? It should be clear. Your master skill that can drive in business should be clear. And if you really want to start it, gather a free audience where you showcase the product, you showcase what you're selling, and that's pretty much possible through YouTube. Okay,
Yes.
make an audience through YouTube and then go ahead and raise funds. Don't directly jump into raising funds. First, make an audience. If that audience is there, like we are still bootstrapped and we are doing pretty much good. A
Okay.
company from that, I mean, let me tell you, my company was, I was offered to sell my company at 550 crores 3.5 years back. Currently, my company is valued at around 500 crores in just 3 years. So
It will grow.
yes, you don't need, it's a valuation. You don't need money always. If you can sell your product to your desired consumers, you may very well generate revenue from them itself. But the clarity, that intention, that vision, that needs to be there. And of course, the skill set. If no skill set, nothing will happen.
Okay, so like basically we need to have a particular skill set that we master in to achieve something.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what was your vision behind Gurukul and how did it happen?
Gurukul, the vision was to create something because I believe in that student old age parampara. So my vision was I'll create something for medicos. To be very frank, at that point of time, it was just medicos, where the student would not have to go outside this app to for anything. You want to study, the videos are there. You want to learn what the questions would be, the Q bank is there. You want to test yourself, tests are there. Then for doubt solving, we created something in the app called Medical Facebook. All right, so
Okay.
that's where you can directly interact with the faculties, DM them, tag them. Your friends can see what is happening. So basically, a chat forum, and that is there.
Okay.
And this is the circle of trust, we call it. Videos, QBank, tests, doubts, back to the faculty. So the
Okay.
whole circle was there. So a student who wants to prepare, he can simply switch off every social media, come onto the app, and get totally immersed in that. So that was my vision. Uh, and to be very frank, since it was launched in 2020 January, and the pandemic came in, and suddenly the digital boost happened.
Yes.
So that also gave a great boost to the app. So I
Okay.
think these two things were there, which got Gurukul to where it is.
Okay. So, like, you've previously talked about the importance of mentors in one's life. So, what should one do to get the right mentor?
The right mentor. I believe the right mentor comes into your life, and you need to identify them when they come in there. You need to appreciate, you need to respect them for the ones, and you need to respect them for what who they are, because every mentor has their own pros and cons. Nobody is
Okay.
perfect. All right, even I am not perfect. I have my own cons. I get hyper very easily. Okay, I'm a little bit aggressive. I party. So you always have. There's a saying that never meet your stars. But to actually identify your mentor, you need to identify their pros, their cons, and you need to accept them who they are. Second,
Okay.
you need to be ready to find a mentor.
Hmm.
Many students come to me in the initial time and they're like, "क्या हमें सब आता है?" हर बंदा कहता है, "ठीक है, it's okay. Please go ahead." Okay, and when they finally come to you, it's at the end of the line. And even if you tell
Hmm.
them anything, it's not going to happen. So the
Yes.
right time to choose a mentor is when you're starting the journey. You need to appreciate their mentorship. You need to take it first, and
Hmm.
then they can become your mentor. You have to show trust. If you question too much, nobody's going to give you advice. All right.
Of
And
course.
if you take somebody's advice, for example, if my elder brother is my mentor, so if he says me A, so I don't question it. I simply follow it.
Hmm.
All right, because that's his job for me. So if I keep questioning everything, I might I he says A, I do B, then even in the result, he will not be there with me.
Yes.
All right. So you have to believe in them, you have to take in their advice, and you have to follow it till the end. That's the basis of mentorship actually.
Okay. So, according to you, how can we attract and retain our customers?
Give them a flawless product, number one. Second, customer service. Customer service is super, I mean, very important. Mine is still lacking. I'm still building on it. My product is
Okay.
still a little bit not top notch, but we are still building on it. And every penny that we are earning, we are putting it back. Many a times students will, I mean, if you're building a new product, for example, to all the new entrepreneurs watching this video, you will feel कि यार उसमें तो इतना कुछ है मेरे पास नहीं है, because उतनी फंडिंग नहीं है. It's as simple as that.
Hmm.
ठीक है ना, फंडिंग होगी तो वो चीज बना लोगे आप, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. बट सिंस यू आर डूइंग इट बूटस्ट्रैप, तो थोड़ा गाली आपको खाना पड़ेगा. कस्टमर भी
Okay.
देगा, वो भी देगा. बट अगर आप इन दोनों चीजों पर बना सकते हो तो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. ठीक है, उस टाइम के लिए थोड़ी गाली खा लो, जैसे मैं अभी खा रहा हूँ. ठीक है, माई प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट फ्लॉलेस, अभी भी थोड़ी दिक्कतें आती, बट आई नो कि ठीक है यार, लिमिटेड फंड है, बट जितना भी है वी आर पुटिंग इन देयर. सो
Yes.
विजन वही है कि विद द नेक्स्ट 6 मंथ्स माई प्रोडक्ट विल बी फ्लॉलेस. वही विजन रख के कस्टमर सर्विस देते जाओ. ठीक है, एंड एक एक बच्चे से, like I'm talking about students, so एक एक बच्चे से I try and talk myself, I give them a solution, and by God's grace they are still with us.
Course. लाइक आपने बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट्स पुट करे हैं आपके बिजनेस में, बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत करी है, तभी आप आज इस जगह पे हैं. दैट इज लाइक सीन, एक्चुअली सीन. और बिना मेहनत के कुछ नहीं हो पाता.
वो तो है, बिना मेहनत कुछ हो तो नहीं पाएगा.
So like there are certain times that we are doubtful, or like doubtful of ourselves, and we sometimes tend to overthink. So what should we do in such situation?
Number one would be go to your mentor. Number two would be to trust your team. I have a fantastic team with myself.
Okay.
All right, and मैं अपनी टीम पे बहुत ज्यादा भरोसा करता हूँ. Like I don't get into, I mean अगर कोई कह देता है ना कि ये करना है, तो I don't challenge, I don't show them कि मैं बॉस हूँ तो जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वो नहीं करना.
Mhm.
You have to trust your team because they are the ones who are going to stand with you when you are in a downfall or in a problem, and they are the ones who are going to pull you out.
Mhm.
So अगर वो साथ में नहीं है ना, so there is no point running a business. So to
Teamwork.
all the new entrepreneurs, don't be a boss, be a friend. Okay, be a friend. And जब तक दोस्त नहीं बनेंगे ना, तो काम करने में मजा भी नहीं आएगा, और मुझे अपने काम करने में बहुत मजा आता है. मेरी टीम बहुत बढ़िया है मेरे साथ. ठीक है ना, हम बैठते हैं, हंसते हैं, बातें होती हैं. सो the work doesn't feel like work. So even if I'm working 15 hours a day ना, so पता है कि 15 घंटे में से 2 से 3 घंटे बातें भी होंगी, इधर उधर की बातें होंगी, जोक्स मारेंगे. So it's a fun. I consider it a fun activity for me. तो मजा भी आता रहता है और काम भी होता रहता है.
Like
So
making
that's
an
how a problem never
yeah.
feels a problem.
So it's like basically making an office environment of fun and like a place where people would actually want to come and work.
Exactly.
So how was your life as a medico, and was there anything that you gained that helped you later in life?
My life was as a medical, to be very frank, I did not do anything as a medico much. In COVID, I was I was working with some NGOs, all right. थोड़ा सा मैंने काम किया था, but ज्यादा मैंने कभी काम किया नहीं as a medico. But in my medical life, I realized that medicos are pretty much very blessed. You know, a very intellectual crowd around them, and बहुत ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट होता है मेडिको. सो आई लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम माई होल जर्नी ओवर देयर, कितना डिटेल होता है. एंड आई लर्न द हायरार्की कल्चर. You know, first year call the second year boss, second year call the third year boss. So that hierarchy culture I learned from there, and that I implemented here also. That how we can create hierarchy so that everybody respects the other level, and more experienced people are actually there to share the experience. So you must learn from the seniors. So that culture I brought in here, that helped me a lot. And of course, I realized the value of intelligent people around you. नॉर्मली क्या होता है, जब भी नया कुछ चीज शुरू होती है ना, सो आदमी कहते हैं कि 10,000 रुपए पर एम्प्लॉय बचा लेते हैं और ना एक नीचे वाला एम्प्लॉय ले आते हैं. तो हम
Hmm.
लेवल ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस को कभी मेजर करते ही नहीं है. ठीक है.
Yes.
बट मगर मुझे रियलाइज हुआ था कि यार अगर कंपनी को बड़ा करना है तो यू नीड पीपल हु गॉट मोर ब्रेन्स देन यू.
Yes.
सो उसके लिए थोड़े वो आपको एक्सपेंस नहीं है, वो इन्वेस्टमेंट है. तो जब वो
Yes.
लोग आते गए ना, तो ऑटोमेटिकली रेवेन्यू बढ़ता गया, ऑटोमेटिकली मोटिवेशन बढ़ती गई, आइडियाज इतने बढ़िया हो गए. ठीक है ना, आइडियाज इतने बढ़िया हो गए कि आपको रियलाइज ही नहीं होगा कि कब कंपनी 50 से 500 हो गई. ठीक है. एंड हमें तो पता नहीं चलता अभी. राइट नाउ वी आर नॉट इनटू द फंडिंग गेम, बट कोई ना कोई आगे बताता रहता है कि अच्छा कंपनी आपकी वैल्यूएशन इतनी हो गई है. एंड देन आई लुक अराउंड इन द टीम एंड आई टेल देम इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ यू दैट हैपेंस. सो दैट्स द गेम.
Like all the entrepreneurs I've talked till now, everyone focuses on teamwork. Like every single one of them is like build a strong team, then they will help you grow. So
बिल्कुल.
is there any last note that you would like to give our audience?
So I think all the participants must be young entrepreneurs or those kind of people, right?
Yeah, anything. You can like it's basically about digital marketing, so it can be any life lessons or anything related to business is fine.
So I believe digital marketing was the first skill I ever learned, and it is a true love of my life till now.
Okay.
So to all the people who are actually doing this, you are doing the right step. Entrepreneurship is a real sinkhole. I have seen people going from like selling like it's nasha hota है ना, नशा वो नशे की तरह है. People think of becoming Zomato, Uber, Unacademy, but they don't know कि हाँ यार उनका रास्ता क्या है. उनको लगता है कि बस कुछ लिया, उसमें घर वालों को सारा पैसा लगा देते हैं और उसको चलाना कैसे वो नहीं आता, उसको बनाना कैसे वो नहीं आता. एक थर्ड पार्टी से चीजें बनवाते रहते हैं और पैसा लगाते रहते हैं. आई हैव सीन पीपल गोइंग बैंकरप्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ड्रीम. मैं
Yes.
आपको सिर्फ यही कहूंगा कि whoever is actually listening here, that doing digital marketing is the right step, because collect the skills before you jump into entrepreneurship. It looks rosy, but the pressures of an entrepreneur is next level. मेरे बाल सफेद हो गए 30 साल की उम्र के अंदर, बिकॉज पूरा दिन आपको कोई ना कोई प्रॉब्लम से जूझना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है ना.
Hmm.
फंडिंग उठा लो, फंडिंग से काम हो जाएगा, वो सब गलत है, वो सिर्फ अफवाहें हैं. अगर फंडिंग भी उठाने के लिए जा रहे हो, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी thoroughly before taking a single penny from anywhere. I've seen people from IIM coming to me and having no idea कि फंडिंग होती कैसे.
Okay.
ठीक है ना. तो पहले उसको पढ़ो, जो भी चीज कर रहे हो पहले उसके बारे में तुम्हें अपनी पूरी टीम से ज्यादा आना चाहिए, क्योंकि तुम फाउंडर हो एंड यही तुम्हारा जॉब है.
Mhm.
अगर तुम्हें पर्चे ही बांटने हैं तो तुम्हें अपने उस एग्जीक्यूटिव से बेटर पर्चे बांटने आने चाहिए. तो पहले जाओ, सब कुछ करो ताकि दुनिया को सिखा सको. तुम्हारा कोई बेवकूफ ना बना सके कभी। और एक बार भी किसी को मौका मत दो ये कहने का कि सीईओ को या फाउंडर को आता नहीं। और अपने
Yes.
साथ ऐसी बढ़िया टीम बनाना फ्यूचर टीम पे आगे जाकर, हु कैन हेल्प यू बिल्ड अ बेटर टुमारो। एंड थर्ड थिंग, विजन की क्लैरिटी, काम की क्लैरिटी और इंटेंशन। अगर इंटेंशन क्लियर है तो दुनिया तुम्हारे साथ है, बाकी भगवान पे भरोसा।
फिर वो तो ऐसे होता ही है, अगर अपने पास विजन है तो everything falls into place if we want to take that step.
एब्सोल्युटली।
So thank you so much, sir, for such a great session. I'm really honored to have you here. It was a really
थैंक यू
insightful
मनप्रीत,
session.
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। टेक केयर, बाय बाय।